gentlemen, look at you. Are you guys fired up? So, those of you who don't know me, my wife and I own a little restaurant here locally. There we go. And I'm not here to plug Gusanoz, that would be inappropriate. I grew up in the Upper Valley. I went to Hanover High. And I left the Upper Valley in 1990 and joined the military. Served 5 years in the United States Army. Lived in quite a few different places. Lived in Korea for a couple years. I got to see Saudi Arabia. Lived in El Paso, Texas, which may have been the most different of all of those places. But we liked it. Met my wife, Maria, in El Paso. And so that definitely had its rewards. And we moved around a bit with different companies. We worked with different companies like Applebee's and Chili's and Schlotsky's, and eventually ended up in Utah. And Utah was a pretty cool place, great weather, great skiing. But we found eventually that it didn't suit us. We have 5 kids between us, and in my son's high school English class, he had 38 students. And 38 students was just too many, so we decided that we wanted to relocate back to an area that would better suit us and our families. We moved back to the Upper Valley, where we could find smaller class sizes and a great community, and plus we get to be a part of this great political event every 4 years, which is just a wonderful, wonderful thing to be a part of. In doing so, we eventually opened up our business, and now we have about 35 to 40 employees, many of whom are full-time, which really brings a lot of interesting things to the table. We see a lot of the issues that are talked about so frequently in these political events, we see them firsthand. We run into a lot of issues with health care, making sure that people can live above the poverty line, and you know, just the things that we've seen Iraq war veterans come back. We've had several in our employ, and these are all things that are very important to us. Our tax money. So the political corruption that we talk about in Washington a lot of the time, the things that we see all over the news and we hear from different candidates, we see a lot of the time firsthand at Gusanoz Mexican Restaurant at 410 Miracle Mile. These are important things to us. We've been pretty involved in the campaigns this year. In fact, we've seen all the political candidates. We've seen all the candidates for president speak, and I got to tell you, it's amazing when you see them all side by side. But there's one who really stands out, and I'm going to tell you, tomorrow I will be voting for Barack Obama in the Democratic nomination for President of the United States. And I am truly an independent voter. I have voted in the Republican primary previously. I voted in the Democratic primary previously. I vote for the candidate that I believe is really going to make a difference for the people that are important to me. And it's truly exciting this time around to be able to vote for somebody instead of against somebody. So, thank you. I support Barack Obama because he is the one candidate in this race who will finally end the bitter partisanship division in Washington, which I think stagnates our government. His message of change is bringing people together and building a coalition of Democrats and Independents and Republicans who want to unite around a common purpose, for this great country of ours. And that's how he's going to win New Hampshire in the primary tomorrow, by bringing us all together. And that's how he's going to win the general election in November. And that's how we're going to build a new majority to fundamentally change our politics, to take our government back from special interests and lobbyists, and to finally make progress and challenges that Washington fails to deal with year after year after year. Providing affordable health care for all Americans, securing our energy future, and saving our planet, and ending this terrible war in Iraq. And ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure and great honor to introduce to you the next President of the United States, Senator Barack Obama.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. What a restaurant. Try out those nachos. I hear the food is outstanding. Love Mexican food. What is it? I also want to thank the mayor of Lebanon, Patrick Hayes. Is he here? No, I thought he was going to be here. He's on my card. Give him a round of applause anyway. He's doing a great job. 3 state representatives who are here. Susan Almy, is Susan here? Sue? Back there? Hey, Sue. And maybe Lori Harding and Ruth Blyer are also here, although I'm not positive. But give them a round of applause anyway. And finally, I want to do something that I do at every stop. Now, some of you know that I used to be an organizer. That's how I moved to Chicago, because I had been inspired by the civil rights movement. I'd been too young to participate, but I really believed in the idea of young people getting involved in change at a grassroots level. And there were a group of churches in Chicago who were dealing with the devastation of steel plants that had closed. And so they formed an organization. They didn't have a lot of money. All they come a campaign is Big Dave Ormbrand. Where's Dave?